Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings, that's from Andrew and Derek. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise, mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat, take a seat. Watch them do they thing on the MIC. Face defeat, they cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
Oh, this is the Panda Man from Panda Land, Falaba. You're listening to Andrew, Pat, and Rocky. Wrestling IQ 101. Oh.
Hey everyone, this is Andrew from Wrestling IQ 101. When I'm not hosting our podcast, I'm usually at collarandelbowbrand.com. That's right, Collar and Elbow is the only place that combines wrestling with street attire. And I know what you're thinking, I want to look fashionable too, and I also want to save 10%. So head over to collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code WIQ101 and look fashionable and save some money. And now, on with the show. Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew, and you can follow Wrestling IQ 101 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this video. Today I'm sitting with Big Money, Juan Vargas, man. How's it going?
I'm feeling great. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. A hot day at work, but now I'm cooling off, so I'm doing good.
Awesome.
So, man, the first question I got to ask you, why Big Money and not Fuck Money?
Big money is what I'm about. Since the day I came out of my mother, I've been nothing but hard work and collecting my dollars. That's why I'm able to ride around like I do in my brand new pickup truck.
All right. Well, nice, man. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So what does one do to acquire big money and the work ethic?
What does one do?
Yeah.
Simple. That's very simple, as a matter of fact. You never stop what you're doing. You work hard every day. And if it takes, you got to smack around a couple guys to get your cash, you got to do it. This is a dog-eat-dog world. Coming from Patterson, I learned that real quick.
Oh, nice, man. And talking about Patterson, I remember this vignette, man. You walked the streets of your hometown. How was it being back there and filming that vignette?
Just one memory after the other.
Mm-hmm.
You see places where I grew up at every day, corners that I used to hang out at. One thing I could say, though, is I'm glad, Patterson's always going to be in my heart, but I'm glad I got to step out of there because the goal was to get up out the hood. A lot of cats from my area are still there, either in a box or they're still on the corner. So the goal is never to stay in the hood, it's to make enough money to get up out the hood, which your boy did. Oh, man,
congratulations. Apparently, a lot of hard work, and that's something you're all about. How did wrestling become part of your life,
Ever since I was a little kid, I grew up with wrestlers. Shucks, one of my first memories was ironically, January 19th, for all those wondering. On my birthday in 1992, I watched Ric Flair win the Royal Rumble, capturing that first, I guess we could say, WWF title.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been hooked ever since. Guys, growing up with guys watching Flair, Hogan, Macho, Austin as I got older, The Rock. So those guys, especially because I grew up in the projects, number one, when you can't go outside, you got to find something. And watching wrestling from Superstars on Saturday morning, and when I got old enough to watch Monday Night Raw, that's what I had.
Yeah, I mean, and what a fantastic promo that came from there too, from Ric Flair.
With a tear in my eye, I still remember it.
Yeah, a classic moment for sure. I think that could inspire anybody to become a wrestling fan for sure. When you were growing up and you were watching wrestling, did it ever cross your mind, like, how do I do this? Like, how do I get into it? Like,
it's funny because it's always been It's always been a dream of mine to actually wrestle inside of a wrestling ring. But what every kid in the suburb or in the hood was thinking about was just getting out. So my options were football, basketball, baseball, which growing up I was able to partake in all three. But as I got older, I seen none of those were going where I wanted to. So I said, you know what? Let me look up. And, you know, thanks to Google, because, you know, people use that now, I was able to look up and I found wrestling schools in the area. I started training and we're going right into a little over 3 years. I've been rocking out ever since.
So, yeah, you got your start in IWF, right?
Yes, I did.
So, what are some of the differences between IWF and WrestlePro where you're training now?
IWF, I'm grateful for the fact that we got the fundamentals down. We got psychology down, which I've seen a lot of guys, and that's no slack on nobody, but a lot of guys, they don't learn that coming into the business right away. I'm grateful for a guy like Sean Donovan, number one, for teaching stuff like that, because guys like that cared enough to actually care about the students to show us stuff like that. And I'll talk about Sean all day. He's one of, whether he admits it or not, he's one of my mentors because I can always reach out to him and ask him for anything. Really?
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
But, I mean,
I can see him making the world famous Dipsy face now, and he doesn't even know why that I'm talking about him.
He happens to be a genuine person, even though he won't. We had him on. He was very kind to us. But he does have a mean streak.
You got him in a good mood.
Yeah, he does have a mean streak, though.
Trust me, I felt it in training. I know quite well.
Oh man, I've seen him in the ring, and so have you. So that's kind of. Oh man.
Still working for a one-on-one match with him, but you know, he's still kicking butt now, and you know, I'm still grinding every day. So you never know when that could cross paths, especially now transitioning over to WrestlePro. WrestlePro was a whole other world with Pat Buck and guys like that teaching the way. Heck, every day Pat Buck is training, I force myself to train that much more because I've never seen that guy slow down, and I've been with WrestlePro for over a year now. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible, man, and that's awesome that you have that kind of passion. You know, when you see somebody like that working hard and you want to work harder, that's you know, that tells a lot about your character for sure.
Very grateful for the opportunities I've been getting in WrestlePro, and things only looking up because with the hard work, you never know what's next. Big money's got eyes on big prizes in WrestlePro. Yeah. So you never know what I could sneak into just yet and grab on in there.
You were in the ring with LSG, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I remember that match, and that's an awesome matchup right there. You know, somebody who's had so much experience. You know, he's wrestling for ROH too. I mean, how was it getting in the ring with him?
It was a contrasting style, but I took it as an opportunity more than anything else because you're working with a guy who's been all over the country. LSG has been with Ring of Honor, just recently signed, so congrats to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He deserves everything he gets because I've seen him in training. He works really hard on what he does. But like I said, I was looking to make a name for myself. My shot at WrestlePro was his shot. It was him at WrestlePro. And with a name like that, you look to capitalize on opportunities like that. And while the W didn't get captured, he remembers the name Big Money. I guarantee you that.
I guess that's, you know, a victory in itself, right? So, you know, Juan. I'm sorry?
I would say so. Little victories, but, you know, the checks look better when you're catching a W, so I need to get more of those under my belt.
Yeah. You know, about the wins and getting cash. Who inspires you? What you know? Is there like a billionaire that inspires you to keep, you know, heading towards being big money?
There's billionaires all over the place. I'm just mad none of them became Batman. But all jokes aside, you got guys like Steve Jobs when he was alive. You got guys like Bill Gates. Heck, I'm looking maybe one day myself be a Spanish millionaire because there ain't a lot of us walking around as a Latino. I'm really, even in wrestling too,
Mm-hmm.
And props to guys like Savio Vega, who so though I can't forgive him for Los Boricuas because I love him to death, but Los Boricuas was a little touchy for me. But back when he was Savio Vega and all those that strap match with Steve Austin, guys like that is who I looked up to because you didn't have a lot of Puerto Rican superstars.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, I think there's only one Dominican wrestler that I've seen male-wise on WWE since I've been alive.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So
me being both Puerto Rican and Dominican descent, I gotta step up and make some noise out there because there ain't a lot of us out there.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, now you have even more aspirations. That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Juan, you got in the ring with Justin Adams, right? Were you worried about messing up his hairdo at all?
Oh, the pretty boy Justin Adams?
Yeah, he has phenomenal hair.
I tell you what, man, the kid can go.
Uh-huh.
So I would like to cut his hair because at this point it's better than mine. But he's got. I know you're old enough. Some of the listeners might not know who Farrah Fawcett is. He's got that Farrah hair.
Yeah. Yeah, it stands out. I mean, people. I see him in WoW and other places, and I'm just like, damn, that guy. He has a distinct look about him, and he is a phenomenal wrestler for sure.
The only problem is I think he spends more time in the hair salon than he does in the gym, which is saying a lot because he's always on his little Instagram posing and stuff like So it's saying a lot if he spends more time in there than he does with his hair.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he got to perfect the charismatic aspect of wrestling, right?
You're right. We all can't be 6'6", 267.
No,
267, I might add.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. You're a heavy hitter for sure. Another matchup that I really liked of yours was you and Chris Avery. He is the WrestlePro Gold Champion. You guys took each other to the limit.
Mm-hmm. I remember that well because originally I was supposed to be another big hitter,
Mm-hmm.
but Chris stepped up to the challenge and we beat the heck out of each other for it felt like forever. But now that he's the WrestlePro Gold Champion, he's got something I want, and that's the title. So you never know when Big Money's gonna have to step back up, and it's gonna hurt. But I'm gonna try to hurt him a lot worse to capture some gold.
I mean, have you gone to management at WrestlePro and said, "Hey, look, this match we had was no contest. I can hang with this guy." Have you pursued that?
What's happened with WrestlePro management, I'll keep it this way, stays in that.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, I'm going to keep making noise until I knock hard enough and they can't deny my voice anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that was a phenomenal matchup for sure, and hopefully we get to see that one more time in the future, because that would be a tremendous moment for you, and even if you capture that too, that's a career-defining moment for you for sure if that happens.
Mm-hmm. Definitely on the goals wall that I got in my house. Right over my bed, I got a wall of goals that I got to knock down, so capturing WrestlePro Gold is one of them.
Yeah, and you're no stranger to winning gold. You had some titles in IWF. How was it, winning gold there?
You always want to win gold when you start, and I was fortunate enough to capture tag team titles down there, and you know what? We held them for a while,
mm-hmm.
and I did whatever I could to keep it, man. Once you win a title like that, you don't want to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And I surround myself with a gold chain that cost me $1,000 every day of my life, so you can imagine holding gold every day, plus holding the belt. It was a good look for your boy Big Money.
Mm-hmm. So, Juan, when you're not wrestling, what do you do in your downtime? Do you like watching sports, or are you into Netflix?
Well, I'm first off being Latino. Everybody's on my Netflix. Somehow I'm the one that got to pay for it.
Oh, you got to.
So everybody named Mama, or in this case, my mama's got my Netflix account. But I love her. She could keep it on. She gave first, so she could get that.
Okay.
And when I'm not in a wrestling ring, I am a big sports fan. As a matter of fact, I'm a Jets fan.
Okay.
I'm a Yankee fan, and I'm a Spurs fan. I know the last one don't make sense because that's in Texas, but you got to like who you like.
Yeah, but you're not a Mets fan?
I sympathize for them.
Okay.
Especially because there's a lot of people in WrestlePro who are Mets fans, so, you know, it's sad to see from afar how bad they're doing, but, you know, I don't hate them.
Mm-hmm. You know, any
Seems
thought...
like their owners hate them enough.
Yeah, I guess so. Any thoughts on LeBron going to the Lakers?
Just more time for my Spurs to spank them up a year, that's all.
Really? Okay, well, that's some pretty confident words right there. I think they're going to have some good matchups this year, for sure, in the West.
You think about it, other than last year, jumping on my Spurs again, last year was the first time in almost 20 years that we didn't win 50 games, so you know we're going to be up there.
Yeah, that's fine, because Derek, he's a big Dallas Maverick fan.
Ooh.
And he's a Jersey boy, so I'm like, how'd you end up liking them? And you know, he gave me the story, but man, it's not weird to like another team outside your area.
Go figure. I started liking them because of David Robertson, not even Tim Duncan. Give you idea how long I've been watching them.
Wow. Did you catch up? Did you watch Glow at all? The new season at all?
Right now, I haven't been able to catch up with a lot of stuff on Netflix because, like I said, I've been training. I dropped down from 290 to 267.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't been able to. It's been wrestling, working, the occasional meal, and driving down the highways.
Yeah.
I heard good things though, so I might have to check that out.
Yeah, man, definitely. It was pretty. This season was pretty good. Talk about some of the friendships you made. You know, I think you seem like one of those guys who just seems like can just get along with anybody. You know, especially I you know, is there anybody that you can call like good friends?
I'm good friends with. I make a lot. I've made a lot of acquaintances with a lot of people in wrestling because I learned that from sports. You're gonna have a lot of acquaintances, but only a couple of friends. And one of my good friends is one Aztec warrior, Izzy Reyes.
Okay.
That's one of my best buds in the business. Right now, he's doing his thing. I think he's got a show coming up in Florida, as a matter of fact, within the next couple of weeks. So,
wow.
Shout out to him and best of luck down south.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Then you got guys who I consider friends because, you know, they look me out. You got guys like one Impact Wrestling star, Falaba.
Mm-hmm.
I told you my mentor, Sean Donovan.
Yeah.
So I've been blessed with a lot of guys that have looked out for me. A couple of them probably don't want me to shout them out because they don't want to let people know that they're actually nice guys. So I'll just keep it quiet for now.
All right, that's fair. You know, another thing about you, man, is that you also got in the ring with Big Wrecking Ball. You know, how was it getting in the ring with him and just knowing that somebody actually might be bigger than you for once?
He was indeed wider than me, not taller, but he was a bit. That was a powerhouse of a dude right there.
Yeah.
I know he's kicking butt up north. Mm-hmm. Hopefully I can make it up there because I got a score to settle with that big boy. And right now I'm slimmer, but I'm also stronger than I was last time I met him. So big boy had to go uptown next time I see him.
Yeah. How do you prepare for a guy like that, though? Do you have to get yourself into a mindset that, no, I have to bring the fight to somebody instead of having somebody bring the fight to me?
Same way I would with somebody like Chris Avery. You're in there. This ain't a catch as catch can. This ain't a technical affair. Mm-hmm. You're in there for a fight. You're in there fight, and something that I grew up a lot was fighting and scrapping, whooping as many people as I could because they would take me. Because I grew up as hard as this is imagined. I grew up a quiet guy, so they would take that and go, "Oh, nah, just because he's quiet, he can't fight." No, that's not the case. So I've been scrapping my whole life, and I took it just like another day at the office with Big Wrecking Ball there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, and anybody that you haven't been in the ring yet that you thought about what kind of matchup you would have with them?
haven't been in the ring with. That's a great question. Obviously, I'm a politic for that one-on-one with Mr. Sean Donovan.
Okay.
I'm half Puerto Rican, so though people would say I'd be signing my own death wish, you got Dan Moff in WrestlePro who's on a wish list. You got guys like Bear Bronson, who's another big guy. Notice I don't take the small. I'm not looking for small competition here.
Yeah,
The bigger the better, because I'm always looking for a fight. That's what I was born and raised on.
Yeah, that's one thing I can tell you for sure. You don't want to slouch. I can see that in your matches. I mean, you go for the big fight. Whenever I see you, that's incredible. I mean, Dan Moff and Sean Donovan. I mean, a lot of experience between those two guys for sure.
More experience than I've been alive, but you welcome challenges like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Moff, who's considered the guy in WrestlePro. I understand Chris has the gold title and Bear has the silver title, but when you look at the measuring stick in WrestlePro, you look at Dan Moff. So that's somebody that I would love one day to jump into the ring with, but like I said, I got to keep making noise until I get the opportunity.
Yeah. And I wouldn't just limit it to WrestlePro. I mean, any card Dan Moff is on, he is usually the measuring stick, no matter what company, no matter if it was 5 years ago or any time. He has been consistent forever.
A picture of excellence when it comes to somebody in the ring.
Yeah.
One thing in the streets you recognize is you recognize respect. You recognize the realness of guys like a Dan Moff. So, granted, we ain't got a problem with each other, but 100% I would like to be put in whether it's in a WrestlePro ring or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm looking forward to it being in a WrestlePro ring, but wherever I can catch Dan Moff, you sign me up.
Yeah, I mean, that would be one hell of a match that I would definitely love to see. I'll be a little worried about you, but I think you can handle it.
Ain't nothing a couple Tylenols afterward won't cure. and a phone call from a lady friend. But we'll leave that like it is.
Okay. Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. Oh, man.
Hey, I may be a bruiser, but the women still love me. So it works out.
Hey. I mean, everyone has deserves some perks, so yeah. So why not, right?
100%.
Oh man! So another hard-hitting match that you were in, Corey Dillinger, and you and JFDC. Another guy with a lot of experience, and Corey Dillinger is a star on the rise as well. How was it getting in the ring, knowing that now you have to contend with two other opponents?
Corey's a big boy. Corey's a fighter.
Yeah.
As he calls himself, the most diligent man in wrestling. I'll be sending a check to Corey for that one. But he's a hitter, and the boy don't stop.
Uh-huh.
As it concerns to Mr. JFDC, when he's not screaming, he's one of the best wrestlers that I've seen in the ring today. So definitely it was a challenge, and I made it happen how I had to go down.
Yeah, man, that was another phenomenal matchup that you had too. I think Corey said you owed him a Gatorade.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, on the list of things to owe somebody, I think Gatorade's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. That boy owes me a towel, because I've never been in the ring with somebody that sweats that much.
A towel? Oh man, I guess this might start a rematch, maybe, right?
Never know. In a time or place, I'm in there.
Oh man. So, after wrestling, if what are some of your goals in wrestling? Is it to go to WWE? Is it to make it to Impact?
It's to basically. I grew up a lifelong wrestling fan. Right now, I'm living my dream, but to say I don't see my goals like that sometime in the future would be stupid. Number one, so you never know. I go where the money goes. If it happens to be Impact's offering the most, WWE, heck, even Japan, because I grew up an anime fan, so Japan will be like a second home to me.
Oh, nice.
You never know. I go, like my hat says, money, dollar signs on each side. So any way to take care of my family and do what I got to do and collect that check, I'm going to do it. Trying to do like one of my favorite albums used to call itself by Fabulous, From Nothing to Something.
You know, after your career is done, have you put any thought into that? You know, what you would want to do? You know, a commentary or give back like a trainer.
I would love to. I don't see myself slowing down in a long time, but everybody's got a bump card and everybody's got time. You're on borrowed time. Mm-hmm. Father Time is undefeated. Last I checked.
Yeah.
So whether it be giving back to wrestling one way or another, I don't see myself leaving this business for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome, man. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're just getting started, and we got so much more to see from you. When you look at other promotions outside of this area, you know, where do you want to go? If there's like a bucket list for you, like CCW or anywhere out west?
I go where the money goes.
The money?
I go to be my best businessman, and I go to make the dollar bills go from their pocket to mine. So whichever is willing to give big money the opportunity, mm-hmm. I guarantee you it'll be money well spent.
Yeah. And how much time have you put into the promos and to maybe thinking about doing commentary? Have you tried to make yourself a well-rounded performer in every aspect?
I was told a long time ago, never shut up. So I'm always talking, whether it's at work, whether it's at practice. I'm always talking either to myself or I'm talking on the road. I practice talking all the time. And heck, who wasn't as a little kid? You would practice commentary and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Look at here, Mean Gene, and all that other stuff. You would always practice that. So I'm practicing more now than I even was as a child. But definitely, I'm always making sure that the most comfortable place I'm at, when I'm not in the ring, is with a mic in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow! So WWE, they have this show where it's like story time, where they tell stories about being on the road. Do you have a story that you could share, or is everything too closed off?
There's a couple. I'm trying to think of what's a good one, because I've seen a few things, but some of them I can talk about and some I can't. So I'm trying to see what are the parameters here.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
Definitely the one with me, Izzy, and one Tasha Steeles, driving down to where it was the boonies of Boondocks. I think we had more wrestlers in the crowd. We had more wrestlers in the crowd than in the seats.
Really?
Or the fans in the seats, but we had a blast. Tasha got to wrestle that night. I forget against who, but me and Izzy, I was in a 10-man tag with guys like Damian Adams, who I got a lot of respect for across the ring from me. With one, I was actually on the same side. Go figure. It's one JFDC and South Philly's finest.
That's pretty interesting.
So definitely, I'm keeping them at a minimum right now with the story because I don't want to, say something. Next thing I know, I'm getting phone calls like, "What are you going saying that for?"
I hear you, man. I hear you. That's it's smart play.
Or watching our good friend Bob fall asleep in random places. He doesn't just do that in the gym. He does that almost anywhere. If you let the sleeping panda relax, he will be napping.
That's really. Oh man. So
he's always comfortable. So I completely understand how he falls asleep like that. It's just amazing to me.
Hey, to each his own, right? He could have had other vices that are terrible, but hey, sleeping, everyone likes to do that.
Exactly.
So, Big Money, where can people get you on social media if they want to connect with you?
Right now, you can reach me at Instagram and at Twitter at JROC3571. And then my Facebook right now is in the process of working on a fan page, but I still reach out to any fans that want to reach out to me through my page, which is Juan Vargas. I don't hide my name because I once was the fans too. So anytime anybody wants to reach out to me, I always try to answer back as best as I could.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, Juan, thank you so much for taking up the time and talking with me today for Wrestling IQ 101. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
And for us, we are Wrestling IQ 101. You could follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. You can subscribe right here on YouTube, leave a like, or you can listen to us on the B Plus Player Network, which you should also listen to and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week for another edition of Wrestling IQ 101.